Getting the diagnosis right is a big part of getting your health right. And this is why we use so many different forms of diagnostic equipment in our office. One of those key ones is our heart rate variability machine. And I want to explain to you what makes our HRV different than what you can actually achieve on your phone or through your smartwatch. So when you get given a mobile phone, you use that, or when using a smartwatch or whip device, or whatever the devices are that you're using, one of the rings that are around, you'll be given a number which is your heart rate variability. And this basically relates to the number of times your heart rate is going up and down in a period of time. And that's a really nice thing to do. It gives you a bit of an understanding of what's going on, but it doesn't really show you the underlying factors. So let me show you what we can get, the information we can get out of our device of just one of the three measurements we can do with our software. So here we go. So we're going to break some stuff down. So the first one we're going to look at is this top square here. So this top square here gives us a lot of information about where things are at. So in this situation, we have a mean heart rate of 57 beats per minute. So that's quite low and quite healthy. If we start seeing this up around the 80 and 90 mark, what we really start seeing is that this person's under stress, irrelevant of what the rest of the data actually says. Likewise, if that's a really low or in the 30s and the 40s and there's no real reason for that, well, that also tells us a lot about what's going on with their parasympathetic nervous system. So it gives us a general overview with all of this. As we head down here, the next big thing that we really want to look at is the bottom one, which is a tension index. And your tension index is a specific measurement that's taken by dividing up a few different figures. And really what it tells us is where is the drive in your autonomic nervous system coming from. So is it coming from the cortex? Is it coming from subcortical levels? And this is what we get from here. So if we have someone who has a very high tension index, this can tell us a lot about what's happening in their life, possible reasons for their autonomic nervous system dysfunction. So that's the second reading that we get. Once we head down in this area here, this is your parasympathetic nervous system. So your parasympathetic nervous system, also known as your vagal tone from your vagus nerve, this gives us a lot more about your ability to control inflammation, the amount of drive you're getting from your cortex, the function of it. It tells us about your ability to control your digestive system, to keep your heart under control, both in your rate and your rhythm. All these type of factors we're getting off this information. And we can see here, this one's quite good. It's up in a relatively high area, which is what we expect to see from a very healthy individual. There's also some very interesting research which shows that the level of your parasympathetic system or your vagal responses may be directly proportionate to your life expectancy. So this is one that we really need to know a lot about. Then next to that, this is your sympathetic nervous system or your flight or fight responses. Now these two go hand in hand with each other. So what we see is if your sympathetic nervous system is really high and your parasympathetic or your vagal system is really low, we know you've got the foot stuck on the accelerator and off the brake, and the result of that is a high stress environment. Likewise happens the other way. If your sympathetics are really low and your parasympathetics are really high, it quite well might be that you've burnt the system out, you fatigued it. And this can tell us about specific things that are going on in your system, such as your balance, TMJ dysfunction, cervical spine function, brain-related changes, and it can give us a quick, brief rundown of everything that's going on before we even get to the more detailed tests that we can do with our software. And we can summarize all that together in this area here, which gives us a quick summary of exactly how balanced the nervous system is, or your autonomic nervous system is, and how effectively it is functioning as well. So as you can see, out of one, not the three tests, but out of just one of the tests that we can do with our device, we can get so much information in regards to the intrinsic nature of your stress responses that you just cannot get from your personal wearable device. If you have any questions on all this stuff, we can go into a lot more detail, but if you do have any questions with it, you want to know more about the HRV, maybe you want to know more about the other tests that we do with our HRV system, please just post up HRV below and we'll get some more information to you. Even if you want a quick free assessment, more than happy to have my team do that and help you to get your health back on track. Anyway, I'm Trev from SpineWise, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.